So just a few hours ago, Ledger announced that they were releasing a completely new hardware wallet product, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty sweet, despite having my doubts about Ledger hardware wallets in general. But I can't just ignore every time Ledger launches a new product just because it's not my preferred hardware wallet. I know there are a lot of people who love Ledger, similar to how there are a lot of people who love Apple products, while there are others who absolutely despise Apple products. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to dive into Ledger's latest and maybe even greatest hardware wallet, the Ledger Flex. Also, if you're wondering what happened to the Ledger Stacks, well, it's still around and Ledger has shipped out all the previous pre-orders. So now the third batch is live. You can pre-order it and they will be shipped out in late September. And now the Ledger Flex is also available to buy. You can buy it right now and it should be shipped out by the end of this month. So I'll leave a link to both of these wallets in the description if you want to run and check those out while we go through this video. But focusing on the Flex now, like I said, it just came out, so news about it should spread pretty quickly. And my first impressions are that it's a much smaller, more compact version of the Ledger Stacks, and Ledger confirmed that's pretty much the case. It's definitely more affordable, costing only $249 compared to the Ledger Stacks, which is now $399. Now let's take a trip down memory lane for a second. Do you remember when the Ledger Stacks was first announced? The biggest news, or like the biggest thing about the Stacks, was that it's designed by Tony Fadell, who is best known for designing and creating the iPod. Now, something I'm noticing with the Ledger Flex and even the Ledger Stacks is that it is heavily user focused. So they're really focused on the user experience, similar to Apple products. And if you know me, I'm a sucker for a seamless user experience. So the Flex looks pretty dang cool. And part of this increased usability offered by the Flex comes from its touchscreen, which I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of from hardware wallet manufacturers. I mean, we've already seen it from OneKey and their new Pro model, as well as Trezor with the Trezor Safe 5. So I think this is just the beginning. In general, I think buttons are going to be a thing of the past, especially for hardware wallets and really all technology. I mean, just look at our phones, look at our refrigerators, even our cars have touchscreens. So everything is touchscreen. Why wouldn't our crypto wallets, literally the future of finance, also be a touchscreen? So the Flex has a 2.84-inch grayscale e-ink touchscreen. Try saying that 10 times fast. But I really like this kind of screen because it uses less battery power. It's easier on your eyes. On a full charge with normal use, you'll get up to 10 hours of battery life, which is equal to about 150 transactions. And even though 2.84 inches is nothing to brag about, it is big enough so that you can clearly see your transactions and you can clearly see and easily enter your seed phrase, which just makes it a lot quicker compared to doing it on something like the Ledger Nano X that has a really small screen and like 2 buttons. The screen is also protected by a Gorilla Glass screen cover with anti-glare, and maybe this kind of screen isn't necessary on a hardware wallet. It really just depends how and where you use your hardware wallet, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. There's also something super unique about the Flex screen that I want to touch on later when we cover more of the security features of this wallet, but again, more on that later. The frame of the Flex wallet is made from aluminum while the back plate is made from plastic, so it's fairly lightweight, weighing only 57 grams. It also looks like it only comes in 2 color options starting off, which is a gray graphite color and then the classic Bitcoin orange color. Also new to the Flex is sound feedback, so you do get some noise when you interact with the screen, just letting you know that you're interacting with the screen. As far as its overall size, obviously I don't have the Flex here in my hand, but I will soon, and I will have a full hands-on review of the Flex, so make sure you're subscribed to see that. But I don't need it in my hand to know that it is about the size of a credit card, maybe even a little smaller, because the Ledger Stacks is credit card size, and the Flex is actually smaller than the Stacks on paper. It is a little wider or thicker by 1.7 millimeters, but nonetheless, the Ledger Flex is actually a really small device. So if you're someone who travels with your hardware wallet, you'll definitely be able to fit it in your pocket without any issues. You'll also be able to bring it on your carry-on bag without anyone noticing or bringing any unwanted attention to your wallet. Now, if you've been following me for a while, then you might know my first hardware wallet was a Ledger Nano X. Now, the Ledger Nano X is not a premium hardware wallet, nor is it even like a super great quality hardware wallet. Back when I got it a few years ago, it definitely, wasn't the best. The battery died after a year of using it. However, the one thing I've always appreciated about Ledger wallets is their compatibility with other devices. So you can set up and use your Flex wallet on your Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, or Android mobile device. Whatever you have, the Flex is likely going to be compatible with it. And Previously, when you wanted to connect your Ledger wallet to a mobile device, you would just use Bluetooth, but the Flex and the Stacks now offer, of course, a USB-C connection. It still offers Bluetooth, but now it has an NFC connection, which is really convenient. I love NFC technology. It's just super quick. So that's a huge bonus for the Flex in my books. Also, Ledger Live, Ledger's crypto management software that you use with your hardware wallet, is a really solid software. I haven't used it for probably about a year now because I just don't use my Ledger wallet anymore. But as far as I can remember, Ledger Live has always been very straightforward, and especially coming from someone who started with Ledger Live, so I didn't know really anything about wallets. So when I first got started, Ledger Live is what I was using, and it was fairly straightforward. What I really like about Ledger Live, and it's probably even better now, is that you can do pretty much everything you need to do in the app. So you can buy, sell, swap crypto, you can stake crypto, you can look at live charts of your portfolio. And probably the best thing is that the app works both the same on the desktop and mobile version. So regardless of whatever device you're using with your Ledger hardware wallet, the Ledger Live app is super solid. However, none of what I've mentioned even matters if the Flex's security isn't on point. Now, I'm not going to get into all the controversy surrounding Ledger Recover and services like that in this video. I've already covered that in another video, so if you are interested in that topic, I'll leave a link to that video in the description. But what I do want to cover is all the security features that the Flex offers, including the EAL6 Plus Secure Element chip, which is pretty much standard in any secure hardware wallet on the market today. So an EAL6 Plus Secure Element chip, that's pretty much what Ledger has always used in their hardware wallet devices, at least over the last couple of years. And it's what most hardware wallet manufacturers use in their hardware wallets as well, because it is an extremely secure chip. Now, this is where the touchscreen comes into play again. So Ledger refers to the touchscreen on the Flex as a secure touchscreen because the secure element chip is directly connected to the screen. So there are no other components in between the screen and the secure element chip. When you tap on the screen, you are directly interacting with the secure element, which means there's no possibility of like a man-in-the-middle attack or any other potential malicious attacks. The Flex also runs on Ledger's proprietary Bolos operating system, which is their own operating system created in-house. It's what they've used in their hardware wallets since I've been using Ledger, so since at least 2021. And this operating system works directly in conjunction with the secure element chip to ensure that any apps you download on your Ledger device are completely isolated from the other apps. So that way, if you do some kind of like sketchy transaction and something happens, all of your other accounts and your other apps aren't compromised. Another super helpful security feature is Ledger's clear signing feature. And basically what this allows you to do is view all the transaction details in a human readable language, not in like a bunch of code, but so that we can actually understand it and know what we're confirming before we confirm a transaction. That way we don't accidentally confirm something malicious. Of course, the Flex also supports the most common security features we all expect from our hardware wallet, such as generating and importing a 12 to 24 word seed phrase. You can also set up a hidden wallet, aka a passphrase, aka a 25th word for your seed phrase. And of course, you can create a user-generated PIN to prevent others from accessing your physical device. All that said, the Flex offers another security feature called Ledger Security Keys, which allows you to use your Ledger hardware wallet with any websites that support passkeys or 2FA or multi-factor authentication. So you can actually use your hardware wallet device to store those secure keys versus using an app like Google Authenticator, for example. And I know Ledger isn't the only hardware wallet manufacturer to offer this, but because the Ledger Flex and the Stacks has that NFC capabilities, I think it's even extra cool because, again, it just goes back to being a super convenient device. Ledger Security Key is a free feature. It's not like a subscription or anything like that. So to use it, all you do is just download Ledger Security Key app on your Ledger wallet, and then you would just set it up using whatever website you use your passkey on or your 2FA or whatever it may be. And again, this is optional, so you don't have to use it, but it's there if you want to use it. As for coin support, the Flex supports all the same networks and tokens and native NFT support that all the other Ledger wallets support, which is over 5,500 tokens. You can also connect the Flex to software wallets if you prefer using a different software for managing your crypto, so you can then connect it to MetaMask, Phantom, Electrum, and a bunch of other wallets, while still having the security of your hardware wallet when managing your crypto. Now, I'm trying to be more open-minded about Ledger and really better understand where they went wrong because they pissed a lot of people off. And it's really unfortunate because I actually like Ledger products. That's why Ledger was one of the first hardware wallets that I ever went with. However, the way they introduced some of their new features was not the best way. So hopefully they can rectify that somehow. So I will be jumping on a call with Ledger to learn more about the concerns that many of us have with their services. And of course, I'm going to communicate everything that I learn with you. And that video will be available on my Ledger playlist, which you can see right here once it's live. Also, let me know what you think of the Ledger Flex in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.